And now, if I could, I'd like to give you a look at some local stupidity here to me, local to me, my area. The next county over, which isn't that far, not too far of a drive from here, is a building that is vacant. It used to be called Gippers. It was a bar, and it got to be known as one of those rough and tumble bars that stayed open very, very, very late and had a handful of people every single night drive home way too intoxicated. Fights would break out, all kinds of shit. And then there was a double murder at that facility, and it finally shut down. Double murder at Gippers leads to bar's permanent closure. This was a couple of years ago. Gippers Sports Club, a rural Coal City sports bar and restaurant that had a high volume of police calls and a reputation for attracting known street gang members from Joliet, Aurora, and Kendall County, has permanently closed after 2 Joliet men were fatally shot multiple times inside the bar last September. 4 months later, the killings of 25-year-old DeMonta, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, Terry Travis of Joliet, and 33-year-old Darius D. Travis of Joliet remain unsolved, according to Grundy County Sheriff Ken Briley. During this week's phone interview with Joliet Patch, Briley urged people who were at the bar that night to come forward and speak with the investigation. Where he talks about the incident. Joliet Patch asked Briley if he believes the slayings were targeted. We believe it was. He talks some more about it. There's some more information about the incident. In the aftermath of the double murder, Grundy County officials notified Gippers that several security and building improvements were needed in order for Gippers to maintain its liquor license. Briley said the double murder happened in the back of the property, an area that did not have proper permits for building and construction work. He goes on and on and on. Briley talks about how Gippers stayed open 1 hour later than most bars in the area, giving it a reputation for a place for people who were bar hopping to get one last drink before driving home. So it was basically a fucking shithole. It was known for attracting a bad crowd. It had a bad reputation. The cops were always there. And ultimately ended up with a couple of people losing their life. And ultimately the place got shut down. And it has sat vacant ever since. Then some people wanted to do some good with it. But the county who tolerated its bullshit all those years, the county that tolerated the fights and the high volume of calls and all of that shit, all the way up until 2 people lost their lives, they just couldn't bring themselves to allow that building to be used for something good, because we can't have those people in our community. Special use petition that would allow drug and alcohol rehabilitation center at former Gippers building denied by county board. The longest Grundy County board meeting in nearly 15 years was held as the board met for 5 hours to discuss a special use permit requested by Will County Dr. Bipin Sharma. The special use petition would allow Sharma to operate a drug and alcohol rehabilitation center at the old Gippers building along Pine Bluff Road in Grundy County. The special use petition was recommended by the Zoning Board of Appeals but denied by the Land Use Committee at their respective meetings in April. Over 40 people, including several doctors, counselors, and recovering drug and alcohol addicts, spoke in favor of the rehab center during the public comment section of the meeting last night. Another individual recommended the board vote yes on the petition. I would play you these little audio clips, but they're small. I don't know how to get them to transfer over. Grundy County Sheriff Ken Briley told the board the Pine Bluff Road address is not the right location to have a facility. After 4 hours of talking about the issue, 4 board members wanted to table the petition for a future meeting so they could have more time to research the project. However, the other 13 board members wanted to vote on the agenda item at the moment. The special use permit was ultimately denied, with Josh Harris, Greg Ridner, Joe Plessy, voting this way and these people voting that way. And then, of course, you have the people in the audience applauding that vote.
That is 7 yes votes, 10 no votes.
Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Grundy County, it's the next county over from where I am at in Will County. It is extraordinarily Republican. It bleeds Republican red. It is MAGA land through and through. This is the same county that gives damn near every person who gets caught assaulting a child a slap on the wrist. I mean, they cut deals with pedophiles in that county like no other. Every fucking bar that wants to open, no problem. You got a restaurant that needs a liquor license? No problem. Need to put in another liquor store on the corner so that we can add more alcohol to the scene? No problem. Approved. Got a little gaming facility that needs a liquor license? No problem. Approved. But take one old shithole bar where nothing but bad has happened and try to do good in that very same place, and all of a sudden the NIMBYs come out. If you don't know what NIMBY means, it stands for not in my backyard. NIMBY. We can't have those people here. We can have all the drunks that drive home plastered from that place at 2 o'clock in the morning. We can have that. We can have a liquor store on every fucking corner. We can have a liquor license in every fucking facility known to man. But God help us if we actually do something good for people who are addicted. And the fucking seals clap. This is the same county where those very same residents fought against getting a dispensary. I mean, there is one there now, but man, did they fight against it. And all of those people, not all of them, but a lot of those people who are cheering this on, who are clapping that they denied that, who don't want those people in their backyard, are now going to go back to their house and sit on their deck and get fucking sloshed on their natty ice, their Busch Lights. I know that there are a lot of perceptions about the rural areas and how kind these people are and these small town attitudes. I'm telling you, these are some of the most bigoted motherfuckers. These are some of the most hypocritical ass clowns you will ever fucking meet in your life.